In 1928, this was going to be the site of, at that time, Austin's tallest skyscraper. It was going to be about 12 stories tall. And the building got one story out of the ground before they ran out of money, and they just capped it off. So all of the original foundation and columns and everything for that building are in place. 7 years later, in 1935, they literally just built the State Theater in the middle of the original infrastructure of half that building. So we're sort of connected at the hip with the building next to us. So everything we do affects that building, and everything they do affects us. 4 years ago, a water main in the alley behind us broke, and this building just sort of filled up like a swimming pool. So we were several feet below the water main, so it just poured in through the wall and filled the space up and ruined our stage, all of our dressing rooms, prop storage, rehearsal hall, and about 25% of our seating all went underwater that day. Yeah, unfortunately, with projects like this, it's the stuff that you don't see. It's the sort of non-sexy infrastructure stuff. We've expanded all of our fire suppression systems, and that was the largest portion of the money we've spent so far. We built out, this building had some acoustical issues, so we rebuilt out the sound booth to be able to get the equipment that needed to sort of overcome the acoustical issues. All of the seats have been refurbished and cleaned, especially the ones that went underwater. The stage was rebuilt. It has been rebuilt as a sprung stage, so dance performances can happen here. The soft goods that you see, the curtains, these are on loan from the Paramount right now. We still haven't purchased what will be permanently installed in here. We've done some repair work to the ceiling. The plaster ceiling had some damages. We've done some repair work to the heating and air conditioning system, and then we remodeled the lobby and refurbished the marquee out front. And it's a very difficult space to work with because of the history of the construction here. We're built inside the infrastructure of a much larger building that never got built. So we have things that don't make sense for a building, and we were running into columns that we didn't expect to run into, and issues that we weren't expecting to run into that made all of these things just much more complicated and much more expensive. This was full of water. The water just, what it did is it poured through that back wall, flooded over into the stage and started filling up the auditorium, and the rest of it just flooded back into here. So it completely, we're a full floor below street level, and the water main was about 6 feet above where we're standing, so the water just poured down and was slowly filling up. It actually was within a couple of inches of pouring over into the Paramount when we caught it, because it happened in the middle of the night. Right now you can see it's just a construction zone, open basement, wires hanging everywhere, pipes sticking out, and a lot of these pipes and things actually don't run to anything anymore. So a lot of this will be removed, and just a complete facelift will happen down here, and it'll become a much more user-friendly space. We're also extending additional heating and air to the lobby because we discovered that the comfort level in there, we couldn't get it to where we want it to be. And then we'll move back to the stage, and permanent curtains, the soft goods, will be installed, and we're going to upgrade the sound system, and then we should be ready to go. It'll be more user-friendly. It'll be a more flexible space. It'll be an easier space to mount a production. And we, as an organization, have built it and built a staff around it that's much more flexible, so that we can, be a comedy show one night, a music show the next night, a spoken word, maybe a poetry slam, a reading. We'll do art exhibits in the lobby. It's going to be a very flexible, robust art space downtown. Well, we're having the grand reopening with Bob Schneider on March 1st, and then we'll turn it over to South by Southwest. That'll be the first sort of big grand thing happening here. I just found out Pee Wee Herman, among other celebrities, is going to be screening something here. So it'll be a great addition to the festival, and of course everything that normally happens at the Paramount next door will be going on. So we're delighted that it'll be introduced in such a splashy big way in March. And I think one of the reasons why I said that we tried to do our best with the budget, but we didn't want to skimp, is I think for the first time we're letting the building know you're not living in the shadow of the Paramount anymore. We're going to do right by you, and I think the building is finally saying, well, it's about time. So